Wednesday, parents. Pastor Mike here. Thank you for taking a second to listen to this. I will be brief, but I did want to touch base with you all and just let you know kind of what God is doing in this season. I first of all, I pray that all of you are safe. I pray that all of you are well and healthy and enjoying time with your families if you're at home. So I really been thinking a lot about this, man, that Ephesians 5 tells us to make the best of every opportunity, right, in these dark and evil days. And so I'm not saying that our days are all evil and wicked at the moment, but I will say that this is an opportunity for us to redeem time. This is an opportunity for us to take advantage of what God is doing in this season. We can stand up, rise up, be the church, build our families, build our students, and build his kingdom. And so I'm really excited about that. But let's jump right into it. All of this is you either got this through the email, or you're watching this through our Facebook group, or you're watching this through our text message. And so I just really wanted to over communicate here with you guys and just keep throwing these ideas out there. But Fusion, man, God has really called us to have our students connected to Christ and connected to community. And just because we can't meet anymore in the building doesn't mean we're not still fulfilling the vision for Fusion and for what God is calling us to do, which is connect students to Christ, connect students to him, and connect students to community. Obviously, with this COVID-19 situation, we have to get creative and do things a little differently than we're used to doing them. So we're excited about, just relying on God's presence and God's Spirit in this season. So I want to share really briefly how we are continuing to have students connected to Christ. So again, just because we're not meeting and having church in a building, we're not going to church, doesn't mean we're not going to have some church. So every Wednesday on our YouTube page at our regular Wednesday night times, we will have something which is called Fusion 15. Now, you guys know this probably better than I do, but most of our students have smaller attention spans. So we're not going to live stream a whole service. A lot of people are doing really great with that, and God is using that in great ways, but I really felt that we should kind of bring it down to 15 minutes. So we'll still have worship, we'll still have a word, we'll still have response time, and so we're excited about that. Our first Fusion 15 is tonight at 7 o'clock, and so we're not asking students to check off right at the end of 15 minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to add another 15 minutes to that video where it's just small group questions up on the slide, and we're going to communicate virtually through our YouTube page in the comments section where we can have live interaction through typing this out. I would say the only kind of thing there is to say that you have to be logged into a YouTube or into your Google account to be able to comment. So make sure you have your students logged in under their email accounts or whatever the case may be. But I think that's a great way that we're going to continue having students just connected to Christ and pouring into them spiritually and doing those things. We have some other ideas going about how do we make a small group, how do we connect groups in the YouVersion Bible app? There's amazing devotionals in there. Right now, the church is looking at kind of going through its own devotional during this time of fasting and prayer. And so that's another way we're going to be pushing very strongly for the students to get on board with our 12 o'clock live stream prayer services. I think it's important, man. If we as the people of God will pray, he will hear and he will answer, and we will see great things happen because nothing happens without prayer. And so we're challenging students to be connected in that way. And we have some other kind of creative ways that we're asking students to really press into God in this season. The same thing that I said in the beginning, that we want to make the best of every opportunity. So we're asking students to press in this season. So that's how Fusion is making students that's how Fusion is continuing to have students be connected to Christ. And the second side of that is connected to community. Now, this gets a little bit tricky for us because we can't meet in a building, right? Social distancing, but we do have social media. And so this is one thing that we're going to try and use. A few things we're throwing out there. We have in this email and in this text message, you'll see a survey that's going out. We really need your guys' help as the parents. We want to partner with you in this season. And so we don't want to do things that are against kind of what you guys are teaching at home. So I know a lot of our students don't have Instagram. A lot of our students don't have some of these social media. So we have a survey that I would like for you to fill out. It's 5 questions, so it shouldn't take you very long. It's just basically asking, when's the best time to have a virtual Bible study? We would do that through the avenue of like a Zoom meeting or a Skype call. And so just questions like that. How can we partner with you guys? It's very, very brief 5-question survey that if you guys could just take a minute to fill out for us and send it back to us, we could partner with you better, I believe. And so we're trying to continue to build community that way. We're going to have a lot of things going through our YouTube, a lot more content going through our YouTube, trying to engage this way, a lot of content going through our social media platforms. And so, man, that's really how we're trying to build community in this season. I know that God is the master of distance. And so we're talking about this in our Wednesday night service, that just because we can't be together doesn't mean that God can't bridge the gap between us. And so I think that's what the message of the gospel is. We were far from God, and Jesus came and he closed the distance. And so I want him to really close the distance in this season of social distancing. And I really believe he can do that. And so those are some ways that we're continuing to connect there. Look, ministry is still going on. We are still doing what God is calling us to do. We are still pouring into your students. So if there's anything that we can do to partner with you guys, or if you need anything from us, please feel free to reach out. You'll be getting emails and then the text message survey. If you don't know about this, we do have a Fusion Parents group on Facebook. We'll put a link in there. Join the Parents Facebook group. We will do better at keeping up with that page. So, man, it's communication is going to be key in this season. So we have those areas. Again, we have our text messages, we have our emails, we have our Fusion Parents Facebook group. If you don't already follow our social medias as the parents, please feel free to follow those. We're putting tons of stuff out there these days. So that's our Instagram page, it's our YouTube page. And so we would love to have you guys follow us and see what we're doing. And again, if there's anything that we can do to partner with you guys and serve you guys in this season, man, call us, reach out, email us, whatever you got to do. But hey, we love you guys. Let's continue to connect to Christ and connect to community. God bless. Thanks for talking.